It's time now for a look at some of the day's top business news with Brian Quinn. Brian, you are starting with a giant leap for space tourism as one of the world's richest men gets set to lift off next month.
A big leap in price, at least we can say, Aaron. Jeff Bezos' space venture Blue Origin held a live auction Sunday for a seat next to the billionaire Amazon founder on the maiden voyage of Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket when it lifts off from Texas in just over a month. The winning bid, $28 million from an as-yet anonymous and no doubt extremely wealthy space buff at $46,000 a second. That is a pricey ride, but not actually the most expensive. From 2001 to 2009, Russia's space agency charged 7 billionaires up to $40 million each for joyrides to the International Space Station. Well, Bezos is competing with fellow billionaire moguls like SpaceX's Elon Musk and Virgin Galactic's Richard Branson to make space tourism more affordable, though it will no doubt remain the province of the super rich for some time to come. Sunday's winning bid buys just 10 minutes of flight time, with 3 minutes of that beyond the official boundary of space. Here's Blue Origin's space tourism sales director.
Now, after the 3 minutes, we're going to ask our astronauts to buckle back in. They're going to descend under the gentle guidance of our 3 parachutes. And then just in the last moments, we have an air cushion at the base of the capsule that kicks up a lot of dust down there in the West Texas desert, but it creates a nice, soft landing for our astronauts.
To Japan next, Brian, where scandal is shaking up a top industrial giant.
Well, 4 senior executives at iconic Japanese electronics firm Toshiba have been ousted from their positions following a tense board meeting Sunday. The shakeup follows a bombshell report released last week, commissioned during a shareholder revolt. The report details a campaign by Toshiba executives and Japan's Ministry of Economy to pressure activist shareholders to stop objecting to Toshiba's management plans. Among the allegations that one of the company's advisors, Hiromichi Mizuno, threatened Harvard University's endowment fund with a regulatory investigation by the Japanese government. That's an accusation Japan's economy minister has denied. Take a listen here.
We have asked Mr. Mizuno to advise from a shareholder's perspective, but we have never asked him to directly contact individual Toshiba shareholders.
Okay, Brian, how about the day's trading action? How are the markets shaping up so far?
Toshiba shares actually gained over 2% in Tokyo Monday. The Nikkei overall gaining around 0.7%. As new data shows, Japan's production index was up nearly 3% in April. The Kospi in Seoul trading very flat. Markets in Shanghai and Hong Kong are closed for a holiday. Bitcoin, though, popping around 5% as Elon Musk says Tesla could resume accepting the cryptocurrency as payment when the electricity used to mine new coins can be confirmed as coming from roughly 50% clean energy sources.
And finally, for business, Brian, French authorities have broken up a major smuggling ring, but with contraband that's relatively unorthodox.
Yeah, it's not drugs, it's not human trafficking. This criminal enterprise is accused of illegally exporting 46 tons of baby eels, a delicacy across much of Asia. They're literally worth their weight in gold, with smuggling operations apparently more lucrative than that of cocaine. Along with habitat loss and overfishing, smuggling, though, has pushed the slippery little fish close to extinction. Yanali explains.
European eels are a protected species. The Anguilla anguilla has seen its population plummet 75% in the past 30 years. Since 2010, it's illegal to export them outside the EU. Despite this, smugglers continue to try their hand at making a fortune. Indeed, high demand, mostly from Asian countries, means these slippery fish are worth some 3,000 to 4,000 euros a kilo on the black market. After a 4-year investigation, French authorities said on Friday that they dismantled an international smuggling ring, one that shipped some 46 tons of the rare species abroad and allegedly laundered money to the tune of 18.5 million euros in the process. France's economy minister welcomed the news.
The protection of the environment is at the heart of the concerns of the French people and the government. I congratulate investigators for the dismantling of this international trafficking ring, which testifies once again to their commitment to the defense of living species.
France works in coordination with Europol to save eels. The European network launched Operation Lake in 2016, a coordinated effort to catch traffickers. The 5th edition wrapped up in June. The highlight of that event was a seizure of 300,000 glass eels in a single sweep at a Spanish airport. The 4th edition ended with the arrests of 108 suspected smugglers. Conservationists, though, warn that this is just the tip of the iceberg, with some fearing that criminals will turn to the endangered American eel instead.
Maybe not the cutest animals,
Yeah,
but important to
maybe
save them anyway. I'd say stick with smuggling drugs, please.
Yeah, but maybe not. Brian Quinn there with our business update. Thank you, Brian.